Child, Dawn Robinson from the group En Vogue is homeless and living in her car. At one point in time, she was giving somebody something that they can feel. But apparently, she's not giving anybody anything that they can feel because her ass is out on the street. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to Girl Uncensored. It's your girl Cece, the pop culture it girl, and I'm back with another video. And if you are new to the channel, welcome to the Negro Shenanigans. We are a growing channel over here.
It's because I'm growing, and so are you.
So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button and join the Negro Shenanigans. And if you are returning, welcome back. You guys, we hit our 1K mark, okay? I told y'all a theme song is coming. And it is. But let me tell y'all what had happened really quick. I have to go in to re-record the song. But my voice has been hoarse for like a month now. Literally. But it's coming back, so I should be able to go in and record like sometime at the end of the week or so. Like, I've literally been at work on the line because I work at the plant. Operation Get CC out the plant. I have been singing Toni Braxton songs for the past couple of weeks because I have to talk in my low register. Therefore, I have to sing in my low register. Can I sing? That's debatable, but that's not the conversation today. But who can sing is Dawn Robinson from En Vogue. Let's talk about our girl. So, as you guys probably have seen by now, I'm a little delayed on the topic, but Dawn had came out and admitted that she has been living in her car for 3 years. So, she's doing this van life or something. That's a thing in California, I guess. And so, people are kind of confused and they're trying to figure out how did one of the greatest voices of R&B ended up in such a situation like this. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, well, you know, she said it, she chose to live in her car. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But how did someone who is responsible for some of the biggest hits, how is it that I'm at work on the line singing my heart out to Don't Let Go, and this woman who is just slaughtering this damn song is homeless? How does that happen? But it's not the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 100th time we've heard these type of stories. It's just very unfortunate. But with Dawn, I have a couple of theories and unsolicited opinions because that's what we do here. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it a little bit. So, you know, Dawn was a part of the group En Vogue. En Vogue consists of Maxine, Cindy, Terry, and Dawn. Dawn has literally always been my favorite in the group since I was like 2 years old, okay? Literally my favorite. I just loved the way she looked, and I loved her voice, and she was just everything to me. She always favored Laura from Family Matters. I used to swear up and down that Laura and Dawn were like sisters because I used to love Laura when I was little, right? Thought she was so pretty. I mean, she still is pretty, but that was my girl. So, but Dawn was just like, okay, that's who I'm looking at. Everybody was gorgeous though, and everybody can sing, but you know, everybody got their favorites. So Dawn was mine. En Vogue was like the classy group. They were very en vogue. You know what I'm saying? They were ladies, and they had style and grace and elegance and class, and you know, they played on the whole, you know, 40s and 50s look. Or maybe even 30s. Look, you know what I'm saying? They gave you like Supremes, but in the 90s. I'm not going to go into the whole history of En Vogue, but you guys know some of their biggest songs. We got Hold On to Your Love. Now, Terry had led that one. Terry and Cindy was singing all on that one. They had Lies. Y'all, only real En Vogue fans gonna know. Like, lies, lies. My song, My Lovin', You're Never Gonna Get It. That I was obsessed with this video. It was just very just flashy and just curls for the girls and glitz and glamour, and I was like literally obsessed. They had Giving Him Something He Can Feel, Baby. Let me tell you something, because that was the remake of Aretha's Giving Him Something So He Can Feel from the movie Sparkle back in the 70s, which was that's my movie. Now listen, y'all like Sparkle with Jordan Sparks and Whitney Houston. God rest Whitney. So That was a really cute movie, but it ain't the original. And that's what you gotta know. I've watched that movie one time and I've never watched it again. Only because they did not let Jordan Sparks run out into the rain at the sticks. She was supposed to run at the sticks and yell his name in the rain. When her ass ain't carry her ass out into the rain after sticks, I said, yeah, this ain't gonna work for me. But we're not here talking about that today. Moving on. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Dawn is singing all up and through that. So let me tell you something. Dawn is sick. First of all, going back to giving him something he could feel, Dawn sung the whole song and let that thing down. Do you hear what I'm saying? You know Dawn's voice when you hear it. It's very distinctive. You need Dawn's voice. You just do. Don't Let Go. For what I found out is on Don't Let Go, she got fired. I think before she even filmed the video. But she got fired. And this is going into what happened with the group. So basically, you know, Dawn, honestly, Dawn is a Sagittarius. And once I found out that she was a Sagittarius like me, I said, oh, that explains it all. I know what happened. I get it. So, you know that it's not a secret that a lot of artists was screwed over or has been getting screwed over for years. But a lot of people wasn't really vocal about it. The most notable in the 90s that we do know was Toni Braxton, who went broke, and TLC, who was very vocal about it. Well, Dawn, it may have not have been as loud back in the day, but she had grew concerned with their contracts, and when it was going into, you know, recording new albums, they didn't sign a really great deal in the beginning, but it wasn't a lot of money, but they were just pretty much happy to be there. And then basically Dawn was the one that was a little more vocal about how they should be getting more than 2 pennies a CD, because that's how much they were getting each, 2 pennies. And MC Hammer had actually at one point found out how much that they were getting made, and he was like, or getting paid, and he was like, that's not right. Y'all have like some of the biggest hits right now. That's no. He paid for them to talk to his lawyer all day, ask whatever questions that they wanted to ask. Their producer found out about it and was just doing all types of seedy stuff behind the scenes, cutting them off, producing record. Like, it was a lot of stuff going on. It was like a lot of retaliation going on with them basically trying to find out what's going on and how can they make more money. It makes no sense why everybody around them has money and they don't. So I believe Dawn was the one that was kind of vocal about it, but the other girls wasn't really trying to basically rock the boat. I'm not going to break down the whole timeline because this is not really necessarily about En Vogue per se, but I do remember seeing an interview with Dawn talking about how when Terry Lewis in the group, y'all know her, she looks exactly like, what's her name? What's my girl name from Hanging with Mr. Cooper? Holly Robertson Peete. They're best friends, actually. And they met because they look just alike. So naturally, they're best friends now. And I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, apparently Terry was dating either a manager, I believe. She was dating somebody that's in the mix, okay? And y'all know how that go. When somebody's sleeping with somebody that's, you know, in the mix, they get all the special treatment. So the first person to get offered a solo deal was Terry. And if optically that don't even sound or look right, because Terry, out of all the girls getting a solo deal, no shade, I like Terry, but Terry didn't stand out vocally or physically. And not to say that she's not a pretty girl, but out of all the girls, Terry is the one that gets the solo deal first. You know what I'm saying? And so, or just get the solo deal at all. But, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody wanted to have their own thing. I would have just knew it would have been Dawn and then Cindy and then the others followed after that. But honestly, I could really only see Dawn getting the solo album. So then when it came down for Dawn to do her solo album, she pretty much got kicked out the group for trying to do her own thing, even though Terry had just already signed a deal to do her own solo album. So then basically Donna's like, how are y'all going to try to kick me out for doing something that, you know, Terry was doing at the same time? Y'all know this isn't right. She got looked at as, you know, the diva in the group. Pretty much, she just spoke out. And when you're a person that's vocal and you speak out and you speak up for yourself, people don't like that. I'm a Sagittarius and I do it. And not to say that that's just only, you know, a Sagittarius thing, but I can relate. And it's kind of like we come off as, difficult or a problem. I have that problem myself. Oh my lord. Okay. If you don't know, now you know. I'm an actress in Detroit. Well, I'm retiring now. Yes, I'm retiring a little bit, even though I got a play coming up. I do got a movie that I did write, and it looks really, really good, you guys. Period. I wrote it, and I'm in it too, but I'm not really feeling the acting business here. That's another story for another time. But when you're vocal about the mistreatment, then you are looked at as a problem. And that has definitely been my experience. And it doesn't matter how you're saying it. It's the fact that you're saying it. Because then people will say, well, how did you say it? Or what are you doing? Like, they think that you're coming in aggressive. And that's not necessarily the case. If you raise one question about anything, there could be retaliation against that, because people don't want you talking. Or they don't want you talking about what you are recognizing that they're doing to you. And so, as you all know, En Vogue went off to do their own thing with just the three of them. And then they ended up replacing Dawn with Nicole. That's not her real name, though. But is that her name? Yeah. No, y'all. Her name, okay, said she was Nicole on Jamie. Rona Bennett. See, y'all know her as Nicole from Jamie Foxx. I know her as the TV from Homeboys from Outer Space. Y'all remember that show with Flex and Ron from Different World? And she was the TV. Okay? They only had one season, but that was my show. She ended up replacing Dawn and being a member of En Vogue. And so that's who you will see all the time. So, and while they're doing their thing, Dawn ends up being in Lucy Pearl. I wanna dance tonight. I wanna toast tonight. Anyways, and so that's what Raphael Sadiq from Tony. I always say that name wrong. Is it Tony or Tony Tone? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Rest in peace to Dwayne Wiggins, part of that group. He passed away recently from cancer. I believe it's cancer. She was in a group with him and the guy from A Tribe Called Quest. So yeah, Ali Shaheed. Okay, I just know Q-Tip. Don't shoot the messenger. And so that didn't work out. Lucy Pearl was like a super group, but they weren't really official. So I don't know what exactly they were trying to do. It's giving, from the information that I've gathered, it's giving that they were just doing stuff together, and then a song happened, and it just really wasn't something that was really organized properly. And Dawn made a mistake, which I believe is her issue. Dawn doesn't make good decisions. So she, had a deal with RCA on the table to do her own thing, to go solo. And for the life of me, I ain't gonna never understand, honestly, why Dawn went with the group again versus having her own deal. She met Raphael Sadiq when she was like 16. So there's a quote. So shout out to RRG. I like that channel. They actually broke down Dawn Robinson's story. So a lot of the key points that I'm going to be bringing up, I got it from there, so you can check them out. But a quote, she said, "I've known Raphael since I was 16. So when he approached me about doing the group with him, he let me know that he didn't have a lot of money with his small label, Pookie Records. And I was fine with that. I knew we could blow up." That's the problem. That's the problem right there. Everything about that statement is a problem. Okay? Because if you had an issue with not getting enough money with your original group, right? Why in the hell would you go and join another group who ain't got no money over there? But you thinking like, oh, it's me, it's Raphael, and it's that Shaheed guy. Sorry, sir, I don't really know you like that. Wouldn't have seen him on the streets, would have never know who he was. You thinking that, oh, like this could blow up type thing, but it's just like, girl, no. And it's like, I get where she said she known him for 16, since she was 16. So she pretty much trusted Raphael, right? And that ended up not doing her a bit of good, because in the end, Raphael ended up playing her. At one point in time, after they dropped Lucy Pearl or their album, Dance Tonight, and another song, Don't Mess With My Man, I think they weren't getting any money. And here's a money issue. At one point in time, she let Raphael know, like, hey, I'm about to lose my house. Like, what's going on? We need some money. Yeah. I don't have a lot of money, but I can figure out how to help you with what you need. And when it came down to her needing the help with the house, he didn't come through and said every man is for themselves. But you're just too trusting. And then she admitted that she didn't even look at the contract initially because she just trusted him. She just, honestly, Dawn probably sees the good in people. She thinks about the rapport that she has with people, and she just trusts that people who she has this rapport with is going to do her right. And that's just not the way the world works. So I honestly think that a lot of Dawn issues is her making just bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's just what happens. You just make the bad decisions. But it's just kind of like you kind of ask for it because you enter a situation blind as hell. I just told y'all they had MC Hammer, lawyer, helping them look at that, going over their contracts and stuff like that, and asking them questions and all of this stuff. So why in the hell would you enter into another deal blind? Because Raphael is from Tony Tone and singing It Never Rains from Southern California? No! What? That doesn't even make sense. And so it's just unfortunate, and her career just kind of went downhill. Now, granted, she got a bad rep out of that because then it looks like, Dawn has to be the problem since they replaced her and basically said that she was like a diva. It came out though that Raphael was jealous of Dawn, got tired of the spotlight being on her, but she's the only girl, so naturally the attention is going to be drawn onto her. And then he got tired of her being the one that's asked a lot of questions, and I've heard things about Raphael Sadiq, so I ain't gonna hold you up. I kind of believe that. But let me tell y'all about this ex-husband, because again, back to the RRG video, they dug up a lot of MySpace posts that he had back in the day. So the reason why I'm bringing up the husband, so the husband name is Andre Dre Allen. They were married from 2003 to 2010. Recently, he came out on social media and basically said that he could offer Dawn a job at the Hilton. I guess he's some type of exec or something within Hilton Hotel. He let us know that he gets $500,000 a year, right? So he wanted to offer her a job. And so I'm thinking, at the time, I didn't know who exactly he was. I knew she was married, and I'm just like, I know this ain't the one I heard about back in the day, because I heard a lot of stuff about him back in the day. And he was in the blogs, or like, he always had the interviews and stuff going on back in the day. So, like, negative things to say about Dom, and it turned out it is the same guy. But people are conflicted because a lot of people just don't really know the history, but they're like, oh, this is just nice that he's offering her a job. And that has to be a slap in the face to be offered a job from your ex-husband. Like, and then you're Don from En Vogue. So it's bad enough you're already sleeping in your car, but you now, like, I wouldn't have took the job offer for multiple reasons. One, this is the person that she had alleged that had put hands on her, right? They did not have a good breakup. Two, and I can't confirm whether he did or not, he did admit that he had a temper. He did recently say that he was not the greatest husband to her. But two, it's like, that's embarrassing. I feel like if she needed a job that bad, which, I mean, it sounds like she does need money, but she could just go get her own job. She really doesn't have to get any jobs from him. And my thing is this, since he want to take accountability for his part in their demise of their marriage and how he just wasn't really the best thing, and he feels so sorry for her, why you can't offer her just money? Because my thing is this, because he didn't really confirm necessarily that he put hands on her, but he did say that he was violent or he had a temper or whatnot. So we don't really know for sure, but it's like, if you feel so bad, then give her some money to get her on her feet. Don't offer her no job, give her some money. If you felt that bad and you felt like you played a part in the people that should have protected her or didn't protect her, if you feel so damn guilty, then give her some money. But I mean, I'm like, shit, I'm like, nah. Like, if y'all like wonder why she's not gonna take him up on no offer, but you don't know what comes with that. And so, let me tell y'all what I done found out too, okay? Cause he ain't shit. He done came out and said so many things about this woman. at one point when she left Lucy Pearl, she was signed to Dr. Dre, but that nothing ever happened with that. He came out on MySpace back in the day talking about some Dr. Dre booted you before you even started because he saw your mouth a mile away. You dug this grave for yourself. He also came out and said that she was kicked out of En Vogue because she was the most difficult person in the world to deal with. But hell, y'all got married in 03 and she left the group in like what, 98? 97, so, or 97. So it's like, I mean, how you know? Was you there? And he just came out and said so much stuff. Apparently at one point he said she is quite literally the stupidest person I have ever met. I fell out of love with her. I left her. Now these idiots are coming to my page trying to destroy my name with my fans. How dare you? So first of all, what fans do you have? Two, at some point they were trying to have a show. This is before she ended up on R&B Divas. If you guys remember her, she ended up on R&B Divas LA with Little Mo, Shantae Moore, Claudette from City High. Somebody else was on there. I think Kelly Price was on there. Child, that did not paint neither one of them two in the best light. I've been pissed at Kelly Price ever since. Okay, and so before that happened, they were, I guess, filming a show on how she was going to get back into the business, and then it was going to highlight his connections to the business, and it just didn't go well. And so a lot of people were telling him to like, don't leave her and stick it out for the show. And he came out and said, I am not going to do a disservice to her and myself by staying with her to get a effing TV show or some popularity. I love her, but I am a firm believer in the fact that you also have to like a person to make it work. That I do not. As for ego, it's about 25% of that. The rest is fatigue, sadness, and anger. I am tired. It's over, period. So pretty much he couldn't stand Don ass back in the day. Now, back in the day also, when he was coming out with all these damn MySpace posts and basically slandering the hell out of Dawn, her sister allegedly came out and said that he sleeps with transgenders. Okay? And in return, this is getting messy as hell, ain't it? In return, he came out and said that Dawn has slept with 17 men in 1 month that she met on a swingers website. Now, here's my thing. I don't know if that's true or not, but it can't be true, because where them 17 men at, and why ain't nobody had helped you at? If you got a long body count like that, you should not be in between funds. That's what I like to say. I don't like to say broke. I like to say in between funds. Cause girl, you need to be giving somebody something that they can feel so your ass can sleep in a nice warm bed and not your car. No, that's not what you need to be doing. So don't listen to me when I come down to that. I'm not saying don't prostitute yourself. Please don't do that. Okay. As far as the ex-husband coming out talking about how shady the music industry is and how it just, did her dirty and did her bold. Honestly, I don't want to hear shit from this ex-husband. Nothing about him seems genuine, and he just seems so sinister. Y'all don't see, his energy is not right. His energy it's something off. Plus, again, he was just slandering her for years, so I don't want to hear shit. Now, Jermaine Dupri came out and basically said that y'all asking me to help Dawn, but Dawn living in the car, by choice. And then it's like, well, is it by choice or is it limited options? Dawn came out and said that she was living with her mama or her parents, about a couple of years ago, and it didn't work out. Her mama just, has anger issues or something, and they just wasn't getting along, so she chose to leave. And her manager at the time, or her co-manager, had told her to come to LA and she could stay with him. And she said, I got my dog. And he said, it's going to be enough room. She get there, it's not enough room. She don't even stay with him the first night. He put her in a hotel. She ended up living in a hotel for 8 months. And she kept, he was supposed to get her a place. Every time she picked the place, the manager or co-manager or whoever the hell he is just kept complaining about the neighborhoods. Then Dawn listen, I got to live there. You don't. So it just ended up not working out. And so she's living this van life thing that they got going on in California. And I mean, it sounds to me that it is a choice, but it doesn't sound like she have that many options. And honestly, she has a bad history of trusting the wrong people, which is probably why she is choosing this route, because she's probably scared as hell to trust anybody. Because look what happened when she got to LA. The manager person ain't, and then she be in these interviews talking about this assistant. And I'm like, girl, what assistant? And what you paying them with? And what they assisting you with? Because You ain't getting booked for no gigs. Now, going back to En Vogue, she did get back with En Vogue. So back in 2008, Alicia Keys brought out a lot of the girls to perform SWV, and then En Vogue. That was our first time seeing Dawn with the girls in years, and that was like a moment. I enjoyed that moment. And then about 2009, that she started touring with them again. And then I think that's kind of bold because they'll just in and out have Nicole, Rhonda Bennett in and out of the group. You know what I'm saying? Like when Dawn is there, she's not there. I think there was a point in time where all of them would be there, but you know, it gotta suck to know that any moment now Dawn could come back and put you out. You know what I'm saying? And so they were touring for about, from 2009 to like 2010-ish. Then 2011, Dawn chose not to record new music with the group because of previous contractual disagreements. So they probably couldn't agree on the money again. And then 2012, her and Maxine went in to do their own thing, and they renamed the group. Then there was a dispute about who owned the group name, and it's just a lot going on. So as you can see, the other girls are still touring and they are still making some type of money. Seems like the other girls decided to just roll with the punches, and they just got what they got. And a lot of times some people don't want to rock the boat because they're scared to be in the position that Donna's in actually right now. Donna's just a sag, so she just like, whatever it is, what it is, we're just gonna figure it out and take it day by day. That's how she got in this situation, right? And so it seems to me that maybe because they couldn't agree on what happened in the past, that is why she decided not to. Is that the smart decision? It depends on who you're talking to. It seemed like a smart decision to her. So I don't know, you guys. I think it's unfortunate, and I think the biggest thing about it is a lot of these R&B groups or these celebrities, these music groups and artists, they get played a lot, and it's just like everybody around them is living lavishly while they are struggling. You hear all these stories of them being taken advantage, and it's just so sad. And sometimes I can't help but think about it when I'm listening to the music and thinking like, damn, this person died broke, this person broke, that person going through it. Like, you be thinking that these people got money and they don't. And it's just sad that they be getting screwed like that. And it's just very unfortunate. And I just hope that something comes out of this with Dawn. I hope that Slim Thug was talking, offer compassion. Nigga, offer them funds. Okay? Offer them funds. Shit. Where the money at? I just hope that they can get it together. I've been hoping that the group comes back together, anyway. But to me, it just seems like Dawn just don't make the greatest decisions, and she's kind of go with her heart. Now, when she was on R&B Divas, I did not like Dawn on there. Because Dawn, she appeared to be a little, I don't want to say weak, but timid. And a lot of people say that this, she a little cuckoo. The bread ain't baked all the way, But hell, all of us got a little crazy in us anyway, don't we? And everybody elevated don't rise to the penthouse, okay? But I don't know if that's like the main thing with her. I just see that she just have trust. She trusts the wrong people. And it seems like she's good-hearted, but it also, now I ain't gonna have drugs. Could she have a little diva? Could it be something, or did she just know her worth back in the day, and it just didn't work out for her? Like, no, we are making y'all money. I know I'm the. Everybody in this group can sing, but I am the voice of the group, and that's the fact. She's the voice of the group. Everybody can sing down, but Dawn is the voice. She recognized her worth, and she was like, we ain't getting no money. We need to talk about it. She was standing alone. Nobody stood with her. That's what happens. Sometimes you just got to ride out by yourself. I do it all the time. I have to ride out for myself all the time. I had an incident in the past year. I'm riding out by myself. Everybody around me see what's being done to me. Nobody saying anything. And now, you know what? I don't expect nobody to say anything. Everybody going to look out for themselves. And y'all got to look out for yourself. And CC going to look out for her. You just have to be smart and not make the same mistakes over and over. And it looks like a trend of hers that she keeps making over and over. She don't have a good track record with men, clearly, looking at the ex-husband. But anyway, tell me what you guys think about this. It's very sad. Hopefully we can get some new opportunities for Dawn. Hopefully maybe her and the group can work something out, and we can just see her making money. There's no way that they should be making money, and they should be making the same amount of money or close to. They should be on like the tour with SWV, and Escape. Like, I would love to see that tour. Like, you got Toto and 702 up there. I would love to see that. I want to see the reality show with all of them and trying to figure this out. And Dawn getting back to the group. And then Nicole, boom, that's the reality show right there. You know what I'm saying? Still working out their issues. Maxine came back to the group, but Maxine was friends with Dawn. Let's see what we need the cameras on that. What happened with that? Everybody's welcoming Dawn back to the group. She got to get reacclimated with everybody. All the issues come up. You got Ronna Bennett, Nicole from Jamie Foxx, also known as the TV from Homeboys Out of Space. She is in her feelings because every time Dawn comes back, she gets left out in the cold. Or she just knows that she's a replacement, so she has to find her identity within the group and know that nobody gives a damn that she's there. No shade at all. That would be a bomb-ass reality show. I think that should happen. I would like to see that happen. And then they're getting money into everybody's pocket. And hopefully, Dawn can do right with her money this time around. Let's see what happens, y'all. I'm going to keep y'all updated. But it's your girl, Cece with It Girl Uncensored. And I'm about to give somebody something that they can feel too. I ain't giving nothing to nobody, y'all. I'm single. I had a man. I broke up with him today. So let's just move on from it. Okay? We'll probably be back together tomorrow. Just like and subscribe to the channel.